13 years ago the first travel video clip was published on this YouTube channel. Today Travel Channel Forever to Wherever has over 260,000 subscribers and over 100 million views. What is the story behind the channel and how does it differ from other YouTube channels?
Hello! Welcome to this video about the background of the YouTube channel Forever to Wherever. Let me tell you a bit more about the background and philosophy of the channel. I try to show things the way they are. For example, if I show the famous Borobudur temple in Indonesia that we visited during the Christmas holiday, I will of course show the beautiful stupas and sculptures, but you will also see the massive crowds of people taking selfies. We stayed for about a week and a half in Dili, the capital of Timor-Leste. In the clip of Dili, you see the big government buildings and the promenade along the beach, but also holes in the curb, in the way less off people live. I show places that are not a tourist attraction and for that reason give a better impression of normal life. For example, I published a couple of clips of normal outback towns in Australia. I want to show contrasts. The channel has a playlist of markets on 5 continents, showing the difference between those markets in Africa, Australia, Europe, Asia and South America. I want to show how we see the world around us when we travel, acting as an observer. I don't give political opinions, but leave it to the viewer to draw on conclusions. I only want to give a balanced view of what we see. On the channel, you will not find selfies or other images focusing on us as travelers. I also don't show extensive pictures of our video. One of the most attractive aspects of the channel is that you are taken to places that are not on the common tourist paths and are often difficult to reach. I really try to spend time on getting final results with a good technical quality. My standard post-processing flow is to make sure that horizons are horizontal, clips are stabilized, excessive perspective resulting from the type of lens used is removed, and disturbing wind is removed as well. Of course, you will see differences between clips. Shooting circumstances differ, cameras and post-processing software improves over time, and I can't always use the best camera. Once, after my best camera was stolen, I had to use a camera of inferior quality that I was able to buy locally. I also don't go out with my best and biggest camera if I feel that the situation isn't 100% safe. I mainly use a prosumer level camera. I have a smaller consumer camera that fits in a pocket. During the last trips, I also brought a drone and an action camera. The action camera I mainly use for snorkeling and to make recordings while we drive. In a few cases, I have used my smartphone because I didn't want to bring any extra equipment or hadn't expected the situation. Right now, I've uploaded over 1,300 clips, although not all of them have been published yet. Every clip is added to a playlist per country, as well as to a playlist per trip that we made. Furthermore, the channel has a number of playlists for specific topics. Traditional tribes, wildlife, rock art, markets, religious sites and events, open-air museums, etc. A special playlist is Relaxing Nature. This playlist contains quiet, rather slow-moving clips of beautiful nature with relaxing background music. The clips in this playlist are intended to play in the background rather than to be watched actively. I don't create videos and travel at the same time. We travel for about 50% of our time and are at home for the other 50%. I do all the video editing while we are at home. I've tried to edit videos on the road, but that was not a success. You need to have electricity for a powerful computer, it shouldn't be too light, and even if these conditions are fulfilled, you still have only one relatively small screen. Furthermore, in many places, affordable internet isn't fast enough to upload videos. The clips I upload are published according to a fixed schedule, currently 3 clips a week, always at the same time. Publishing continues while we are traveling. Ideally, I've uploaded sufficient stock to continue publishing until I'm back from a trip again. My wife Margriet and I have always loved to travel. Before we had children, we traveled by car in Europe and North Africa, or went backpacking in Latin America and Asia. With the children, we traveled also in Europe and North America and made trips to Australia, South Africa and the US. After the children left home, we picked up our backpacks again for intercontinental travel. One of the first trips my wife and I made together was to Algeria and Morocco in a regular 2-wheel drive car. In Algeria, we made about the longest tour possible over paved roads. We then saw many Land Rovers, especially Swiss, with jerry cans with fuel on their roofs at the beginning of a Sahara crossing trip to Tamanrasset and Timbuktu. We decided that one day we wanted to do such a thing ourselves. But we got jobs and children, so it did not happen straight away. Fortunately, we had the opportunity to retire early. It gave us a chance to visit countries that are more difficult to travel in while we are still fit. The most difficult element of organizing an overland trip is finding the right vehicle. We found a second-hand Toyota Land Cruiser 4-wheel drive camper van with pop-up roof. The Land Cruiser is a strong, reliable vehicle which is known almost anywhere in the world. We made a number of improvements to the vehicle, but did not change anything major at that time. Because of political changes since our visit to Algeria, it is no longer possible to cross the Sahara. Instead, we decided we wanted to circumvent Africa. We made it a clockwise tour because we expected West Africa to be more difficult to travel through and wanted to build some overlanding travel experience first. The most challenging part was reaching Africa. We started the overland trip in 2013 during the Arab Spring. Many of the traditional overlanding routes, like through Syria or Libya, were no longer possible, and ferries to Egypt were suspended. We ended up going through Turkey, Iran, the Emirates and Saudi Arabia to Sudan. Once we were in Southern Africa, we decided that going back via West Africa wasn't the best option. Borders were closed due to Ebola, and all in all, we felt that the balance between hassle and fun wasn't good. Therefore, we decided to ship our vehicle to South America instead. In South America, we visited all mainland countries except Venezuela. After South America, we shipped the car back to Europe in spring 2017. With the experience we now had, we knew what we liked about the vehicle's interior and what we didn't. Eventually, we decided to refurbish the living part of the Toyota completely. That was a massive job. In August 2018, we shipped a refurbished Land Cruiser to Australia. During 2 trips, we saw much of Australia and traveled via Timor-Leste, Indonesia and Malaysia to Brunei. Eventually, our plan is to travel back by car to Europe. I used to do a lot of photography, but when video cameras became affordable, I felt video would give a more complete memory than photography. I guess that it's still visible in my footage that I used to do a lot of photography. We once, and only once, made a trip with a tour group to Ethiopia. YouTube appeared to be a nice way to share the video clips I made to the other members of the group. After I got more positive reactions from other viewers, I decided to continue uploading travel footage.